Alright, there's a difference between a profitable trader and a trader who knows how to trade. These two are two different stages. A trader who knows how to trade is that stage where you have every information that your mentor has taught you, but you are yet able to refine it into making you money. That's when you have all the strategy you've learned, you've mastered discipline, you've mastered every single thing, but yet your loss keep engulfing your wins. Understand? Now, a profitable trader is a trader who knows how to balance the loss and the wins. A profitable trader is that trader that knows when to stop trading. Maybe you had the first two or three loss, they go off. First one or two wins, they go off. That's more reason why you shouldn't be quick to jealous everything you see online, because every good thing you see, a price was paid. And if you are quick to just judge anything you see, it will end up bad for you. I had 7 trades this week, 5 was a loss and 2 was a win. And I will show you something, because this week trade taught me something very, very tangible that I had to journal it down. You understand? At the time of making this video, this channel is at 67 subscribers. Do not forget to subscribe and like. So without wasting much of your time, let's just dive right into the video. On this daily time frame, you can clearly see that this market is on an uptrend, because we have a higher high, a low high, a higher high, a low high, and a high. So basically this market was basically trading on an upside. Then we had this pull back. The sudden pullback retested this daily demand zone right here. So to make sure that this trend was still intact, I waited for market to shift structure to the upside on the lower time frame and see if I can catch a trade. Now on the 4-hour time frame, remember all we came here to look for was a change of structure and the pattern to the upper side, because the daily time frame trend is still very, very intact. So let me just explain to you how this trade was going and the reason why we're looking for a buy on this 4-hour time frame. So on this 4-hour time frame, we had a market that was trading low. We had a high, a low, a high, a low, a high, a low. So basically this market was trading a breaking structure to the upside and trading low. Then all of a sudden we had this massive break of structure to the upper side. So this was the first leg of change of trend. That this was the first leg that markets gave. So after we had this high here, markets came back to this 4-hour time frame demand zone. When market pulled back into this 4-hour time frame demand and didn't break it, I went down to lower time frame again, which is on the 1-hour time frame, to get things in a more clearer details. You understand? So now let's go down to the 1-hour time frame. On this 1-hour time frame now, let's take everything detail by detail and pay close attention so you understand how this trade came about. When market was approaching this 4-hour demand zone, pay attention. Market was trending low. We had a high here, a low, we had a high, a low, a high, and a low. So as you can see clearly, it was trending low. So when market approaches demand zone, I was just waiting for it to shift to the upper side, and market did exactly that, because after this low was being printed, market went ahead and break structure to the upper side, clearing this high here. And this is not just any break of structure. This break of structure actually happened at a demand zone. So it's safe to say that this is the first leg of market changing in trend. So after market took out this side, it left us this demand zone, some kind of fair value gap right here. So that's where I placed my limit order, and that was my first win for this week. As you can see, nothing complicated at all, just understanding market structure, how it moves, and paying attention to lower time frame details got me this nice trade. I actually closed this trade at 1:2 instead of 1:3 that it gave me here for my own personal reasons. USD card was my first trade of the week and my first loss of the week. So this is how the trade came about. We had a high, a low, a high, a low, a high, a low, and a high. So basically this market is trending low, sending us one particular message, which is to sell. Any plan we're making should be sell. But fundamentally this market is low. But after market broke this structure right here, I went down to the lower time frame to see the supply zone, where the movements that broke this structure actually started from, where the movement that broke this structure started from, to see if we have a supply zone there. And of course we did, because when we go down to the 1-hour time frame, on the 1-hour time frame, we can clearly see that after market broke this structure right here, it left us with this supply zone. This supply zone is where the movement started from. This is where the movement that broke the structure started from. So this supply zone is now my point of interest. So I went all the way down to the 5 minutes time frame to get this pattern, a pattern that will look like this. A market approach our supply zone right here, approach the supply zone, then change pattern like this, break structure to the downside, just the same way on the USD JPY. You understand? Now on the 5 minutes time frame where this trade came about, let's take things details by details again. Mind you, what we are looking for is a break of structure to the downside. So we had this market that was trending high on its way approaching this our supply zone. We had this high, a low, a high, a low, a high. So basically this market was breaking structures to the upside, and what we just want to see was a shift in pattern in this lower time frame. Understand? And that happened after markets created this high here. This time around, this high didn't came back to take out this high. Understand? So that's the number one sign that this market is shifting. After created this high that didn't take out this high, we then had that little break of structure that we're looking for. Mind you, this is the 5 minutes time frame, so we pay attention to every close detail. After this market broke this structure, I marked out the particular zone where the movement started, and this is it. This is where the movement started. I marked it out where the movement started. This is the body candle. This is some kind of fair value gap. The market approached it but didn't hold. The trade didn't hold, as market just took us out and still even went to our direction. After long dancing, it still went to our direction, telling you that our bias wasn't strong. Just that, yeah, sometimes everything doesn't work 100% in this trading. So this trade actually ran 1:2, 1:1.3. I'm not someone that close trade at 1:1. I always leave my trade to run at least 1:2. Let's analyze another loss this week before I share the wins. My third loss this week was on GBP JPY. GBP JPY, one of my favorite pair. GBP JPY at this particular place, market took me out, and yeah, still played out the exact way I wanted. So this GBP JPY is just like every other trade, but let me just break it down for you guys. So on the daily time frame on this GBP JPY, you can clearly see that this market is on an uptrend on this daily time frame, clearly on an uptrend. After market broke this structure right here, it left us with this fair value gap right here, this fair value gap, and markets came back for the fair value gap. As you can see, after market dipped into this fair value gap, it flew out. So pay close attention to these details now. After market dipped into this fair value gap, it dipped off and broke this structure right here, which is a good sign of bullish continuation. So after market broke this structure right here, it came back to retest this demand zone. This demand zone right here, this particular candle is the demand zone. You understand? So with this detail in the daily time frame is bullish, and it's currently on a daily time frame demand zone. So what we should be looking for and expecting and anticipating from this market is a shift of character, that is a shift of pattern to the upside in the lower time frame. So that is it for the daily time frame. Let's now go down to the lower time frame, which is the 4-hour time frame. Now on the 4-hour time frame, I refined that daily time frame demand zone into this little box right here, which is the last demand zone that we have. You see, market didn't actually tap into it. It's still valid for me. So after market dipped into this demand zone right here, remember, on this is also a demand zone on the daily time frame. What I was just anticipating on the lower time frame was a shift of structure to the upper side. You understand? A shift of pattern to the upper side, which we got at the 1-hour time frame. Let's go down on this 1-hour time frame. Now on this 1-hour time frame, detail by detail, let's go again as usual. We had this high here, a low, we had a high, a low, and this particular low tapped into our daily demand zone. You understand? Tapped into our daily demand zone, pulled back. It didn't immediately change in direction or even gave a change of pattern. So we still had another high and another break of structure to the downside. And mind you, all we're just waiting for is market to shift in structure in this 1-hour time frame. Shift in structure to the upper side. Now give us this kind of pattern, but this time to the upper side. And that's what we got exactly after this low was created. After this low was created, market then broke structure to the upside, which is the first leg of this trend changing. You understand? So after market broke the structure, I marked out the demand zone where the movement started from, which is this particular place. Now it's unfortunate that market took us out here. You understand? And market took us out and still went to our direction, just proving one thing to you, that nothing works 100% in this trading. Though this market gave me another entry to buy again from another demand zone, but I've hit my limit for the week, so I left the trade. Understand? So that is it for my third loss. Now let's go to the wins. I'm just going to analyze one more win, and yeah, this video will be over. Now gold and GBP USD are the two lucky trades that took me out of drawdown this week and closed me in profit. So this is how the gold trade actually went. So after market dip, this is a 4-hour fair value gap. After market dipped into this 4-hour fair value gap, we had this high here, this high that took out this structure right here, that broke this structure, and after that we had a pullback, then another break of structure to the upside, which is where I started planting my trade at. Now let's pay close attention. Now on this 1 hour time frame, after market took out this structure right here, it left us with this demand zone where the move actually started from. This demand zone with its fair value gap where the movement started from. I could have bought some trade from this demand zone, but the SL was quite too big, and yeah, I couldn't work with the SL. No matter how I refine it down, I couldn't work with it. So what I waited for was for market to tap into these players, then with a little detail of shift of pattern to the upside, we start buying. So that detail, I got it at the 30 minutes time frame. Now we dipped into this demand. We had a high, a low, and yeah, a break of structure, which was exactly what we were anticipating. You see, after this candle closed immediately, I didn't even wait for anybody to tell me or even wait for any fair value gap. Yeah, because yeah, we already have a demand zone. So after this market closed above this break of structure, I placed my buy immediately, and this trade was a 1:3. So that's how this gold trade went about. I hope you understood. Let me explain this GU trade before I close this video. This trade is quite simple. After market dipped into this demand zone, it started breaking structure to the upside. I tried to buy this market here, but I got missed. Market price didn't tap me in. So we had this break of structure to the upside, we had a pullback, and then a break of structure again to the upside. So after market broke the structure, it left us with some demand zone on this 1 hour time frame right here. This demand zone on the 1 hour time frame and its fair value gap, which is where I started looking for my trade. Now I went down to the 30 minutes time frame to see things in a clearer vision. Now you can clearly see the starting point where this break of structure was built from. As you can see clearly, we had this demand and its fair value gap, which is where I placed my buy limits above it, and yeah, my sell limit, my SL beneath it. And after market tapped into this place, I tried to catch another second entry, but yeah, market didn't tap into it. But basically this trade was very, very simple. One of the most simplest, not complicated trade that I took this week. Understand? I'll be looking to buy gold again this week, and if you want to see my analysis on gold, the analysis I already have on gold, make sure to like and subscribe to this channel. So guys, basically as you can see, I took 7 trades in total this week. 4 was a loss and 3 was a win, and I still ended in profit. You understand? So I hope what I said at the beginning of this video now makes sense to you. No matter what, shall we keep pushing and we'll keep moving.
But we must keep moving. We must keep going. If you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But by all means, keep moving.